Welcome back to Sunday Night in America. One supreme leader is gone. The next is about to cross the river Styx. But there have been consequences for us as well. More U.S. soldiers were killed this week. U.S. troops are gathering in the region. You cannot put a price tag on human life, but you can feel the economic strain of higher oil prices. Iran has been degraded, but still has some capacity and allies. Iran, probably with help from Russia, hacked the email of our FBI director, Kash Patel, and continues to target neighbors. Peace talks are ongoing. The conflict has taken American sons and daughters. Surely, we did not take out one despot for another to replace him. Joining us, former CIA Station Chief Dan Hoffman. Welcome, Dan. Thank you for your service. Troops are gathering in the region. To me, it's probably a show of strength to quicken negotiations. I could be wrong. Is there a chance U.S. military boots actually hit the ground in Iran?
I think there's always a chance. There could be a specific objective that the president wants them to take. I think Kharg Island would be extremely risky. It's just 10, 15 miles from the mainland, and so they would be subjected potentially to ballistic missile strikes and drones and other attacks. It's possible that they might be sent in to recover the roughly 1,000 pounds of enriched uranium that we need to be able to find and collect. Or it may be, as you said, a show of strength. There's the potential next week for negotiations in Islamabad. But look, I see there's three ways this could end. One is a negotiated settlement. Two is a change in the regime or a change in the regime's behavior. Or a third, a war of attrition, an asymmetric war of attrition. And I think right now it looks more and more like we're looking at a war of attrition. Iran's regime has been surprisingly resilient. And every day that regime is standing is a victory for their regime.
All right, let me ask you about regime change. Killing one so-called supreme leader to get another dumber, more volatile one seems to me like a bad trade. What would success in Iran be? I mean, it has to be more than just one fanatical leader who hates America and threatens the region for another. I mean, is there really a sense that the Iranian people want something different? They want to get along with their neighbors in the region? Or have we, I don't want to say gotten the intel wrong, because the CIA director's like a brother to me, but have we misguessed what the Iranians want?
No, I think we actually accurately described what the Iranian people want. The problem is that they don't have the guns. You got roughly 200,000 Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, as well as their besieged paramilitary forces, and they are ensuring that there will be no protests and no threat to the regime. In fact, with the U.S. And Israel airstrikes, we've only seen a hardening of the regime when it comes to putting down protests. They've killed tens of thousands of their own people. And it doesn't look, to me at least, like the protesters have the throw weight. They have the right is on their side, but they don't, unfortunately, have the capacity without U.S. boots on the ground like we saw in Iraq to bring about real change. And so to get to your point, yeah, the new supreme leader is kind of like the old one, except he's 30 years younger. The question for us going forward, especially if he doesn't live longer, is whether some elements of the Iran security forces, we may see some fighting among them, and we may get to somebody on the inside who decides that a deal is better than carrying on the fighting. And if past is prologue, then Director Ratcliffe's CIA team is looking at that with intelligence collection and potentially clandestine contacts with Iranian officials.
All right, you CIA guys are smart. Real quickly before I let you go, is there a way to cause division within the Iranian security forces? Is there a way to divide them?
Yeah, I think, look, if the Trump administration makes a clear point that we are ready to strike a deal where we eliminate sanctions and Iran can go on now building out their economy as long as they don't have a ballistic missile or nuclear program, then there may be some in their security establishment that might agree to that. That's sort of the big question for the CIA, for our intelligence collection, for our intelligence community writ large. And I will tell you that the DNI, Tulsi Gabbard, is on the hook to answer those questions for the president so that he can make the best decisions going forward.
Dan Hoffman, thank you again for your service and for joining us on a Sunday night. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, sir.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.